like a dream for me now, which became reality, that I can run around the track. I mean, walk really fast, race walk. And there was a time when just going from my hospital bed to the bathroom was a monumental effort.
Kidney transplant is a viable treatment option for many people. Surgical techniques are consistently improving, and anti-rejection medications can help the body accept the new kidney. However, in British Columbia, transplant surgery takes place only in Vancouver. So for those who do not live in the city, travel is required for initial healthcare assessments, surgery, and follow-up visits. Maria Mackenzie became an athlete after she received a kidney transplant in 1997. In 1999, she started competing at national and international transplant games.
It was a very trying and sad period of my life because I wasn't able to take care of my family, and actually it was a question whether I will make it or not. So dialysis was a life-saving treatment for me. I was grateful that it existed and my conditions stabilized. I actually, before I even got the catheter to put in, I said, I want to get a transplant. And at that time, my medical condition wasn't, I wasn't well enough to go on transplant list. But after a while, I was put on transplant list, and I always had a great faith that one day I will get a kidney transplant and I will be good as new.
If you are interested in pursuing a kidney transplant, talk it over with your healthcare team to find out whether you could be a candidate. There are many factors to consider, but the primary concerns include both your health history and whether you are healthy enough to withstand surgery and the introduction of a new kidney.
The waiting time for my kidney was over 3 years. Even when I was on transplant list, I always walked, of course, much slower, but I worked out and kept toned because the doctor stressed it that it's good to be as much fit as possible.
If you and your team decide that transplant surgery is a good choice for you, you will be placed on a waiting list. The wait for a kidney can be very long, sometimes 8 years or more, so it is very important to stay as fit and healthy as possible while you wait for your new kidney.
Being on the list, of course, you hope that it will happen, and people around you on dialysis are getting transplanted, and you are happy for them, but you say, oh, I wish it was my turn. And when you are on the list, apart from your own phone number, you have to give a contact to a neighbor or your relative. So I remember it was a warm evening in June, and my neighbor was just running down the lane and yelling, Maria, Maria, they have a kidney for you in St. Paul's Hospital. So it was just an answer to my prayers. But it is a bittersweet feeling because you realize that somebody's life has ended. So I still feel just so grateful that somebody was so generous and wise in the grief that they decided to donate the organs, and I was a match.
There are 2 types of kidney transplant donors, living and deceased. A live donor is usually a family member or friend. Living donations offer good outcomes and a much shorter waiting time. A deceased donor is either a registered organ donor or a deceased person whose family has consented to donate a kidney upon their death. There is a high demand for donated kidneys, so the waiting list is very long. Successful donations are from healthy individuals with no history of kidney disease, heart disease, blood circulatory problems, high blood pressure, or diabetes. Also, the donor's blood type and tissue type must be the same as yours in order for the kidney to be considered a match.
I went through a bit of a long and winding road after the transplant. My kidney didn't start right away, and it was very weak, and it took a while of experimenting with medications and simply waiting. I had to still dialyze for a couple of weeks after the transplant. So that was very trying, both emotionally and physically. The doctors were very encouraging because there were no signs of rejection. And so we just kept on waiting and dialyzing. There has to be, a good urine output. You do the tests, and when your creatinine starts coming down, that's a major marker. That's when you know that the kidney can take over dialysis. I was sent home after spending over a week in the hospital, and once kidneys started to produce, it was just such a huge relief. A normal person wouldn't be grateful for a basic bodily function, but when you are a new kidney transplant recipient, it's like, yes, amazing. Voila. Yeah. Hallelujah. Anti-rejections are, of course, a big part of post-transplant care, and it's important to take them regularly. It's a routine, just like you brush your teeth, you take your medications. Yes, it's a small price to pay for having functioning kidney. It was a good year when I started to feel, really strong and eager to exercise and really well.
After your surgery, it will be as important to maintain your health as it was before. You will also need to take anti-rejection medications daily and commit to being a non-smoker. Regular exercise and a nutritious diet are essential to keep your new kidney healthy and keep you feeling well.
I really wanted to participate in Transplant Games, which is a big friendly competition for transplant recipients, and it's both on national level and international level. So the only thing what I thought I could do quite well was walking. So then it progressed to race walking.
Kidney transplant is not for everyone. Consider the advantages and disadvantages. The advantages include no more dialysis, no more fluid restrictions, more energy, better general health, more control over your schedule. The disadvantages include a long wait for a donor, especially if you do not have a living donor. Surgery. The new kidney may not last a lifetime. Daily anti-rejection drugs. Possible side effects from the anti-rejection drugs. Possible rejection of your new kidney. Possibility of infection. Talk it over with your healthcare team. They can help you determine if kidney transplant is right for you.
I celebrated the 9th kidney anniversary in June, and right now I'm enjoying my life to the fullest, but I know that it's a reality that I don't know how long my kidney will last, and I just make the best of every day of my life. If my kidney fails, I would have to go back on dialysis and back on transplant waiting list. I do hope it won't happen for a very, very long time.